New details on WWE's plans for The Rock. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Alina. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. It had been talked about for a few days, ever since Cody Rhodes spoiled what was going to happen at WWE Bad Blood, namely the return of the big guy. The first thought went to The Rock, and so it was. At the end of the main event, the final boss appeared on the stage, looking at the trio consisting of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Jimmy Uso with a lot of arched eyebrows. The Rock also did a count. Those claiming up to 3, those claiming up to 4. But in these hours, fans are going wild with speculation, although it all seems to lead to something related to Survivor Series. The match that saw Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes join forces against the New Bloodline, trailed by Solo Sikoa as Tribal Chief, ended in victory for the babyface team, thanks in part to the return of Jimmy Uso, who knocked out the People's Champions Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and distracted Solo Sikoa, but the post-match was trailed by The Rock. The Great One has made history in this business, although success in film has prevented him from appearing in WWE as much as he would have liked in recent years. The final boss, after months of absence, generated a stampede of Bloodline members through the crowd, but it was really clear to no one what the People's Champion's intentions were. The Rock is a true legend. Some clarification seems to be coming from X, as Inside the Ropes lets us know. There is in fact a video in which Solo Sikoa whispers in a barely understandable way to Jacob Fatu, "It's all part of the plan." And that's not all. Johnson also starred in a post-show outside the arena, in which he stopped in front of a giant Dusty Rhodes picture, where he plainly said, "Tough times. I love you, but I hate your son." If there were a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, and a Mount Rushmore of the Hollywood industry, The Rock's face would field on both, even though he is often in a position that is not entirely favorable. Despite proclaiming himself the final boss and joining the board of directors of the new TKO holding company, which as we know includes WWE and UFC, he makes choices and actions that have often triggered some discontent in the WWE locker room. Returning as an active part of the Federation at the beginning of the year, the Great One entered the rivalry between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes with the goal of saving WrestleMania XL by arranging a match that would have seen him against Roman Reigns, but the idea remained as such and never materialized. During his last stint in WWE, The Rock repeatedly claimed credit for revitalizing the appeal of wrestling. But this thought of his did not find many supporters behind the scenes of the company. Many initially believed that this attitude was part of his heel gimmick, but some discussions that occurred over time revealed a very different story. The People's Champion. Ringside News tried to test the waters a bit by turning to a source, who is not revealed, inside WWE to find out what The Rock's position really is backstage. The general consensus that has emerged is that the final boss was trying to take credit for WWE's newfound success during his return to the scenes, and despite the fact that he entered when the fuse had already been lit, and the Federation was already enjoying more than decent success. But that was not the end of the story. It would seem the conditional is a must, that he tried to overshadow Cody Rhodes, who was clearly on the crest of a wave, and also tried to take credit for Drew McIntyre's contract renewal with the WWE there. Has been a lot of murmuring backstage at Raw about how The Rock is trying to take credit for everything since he entered during the greatest time in the history of the entire business, the anonymous source noted. How he tried to overshadow Cody and failed, and how he's trying to take credit for making wrestling more appealing. This behavior drew parallels to Dwayne Johnson's involvement in the Fast and Furious franchise that led to high tensions with Vin Diesel, and how, as a result of these attitudes, The Rock's reputation took a huge hit. These new implications, should they prove to be true, would go a long way toward casting further shadows on The Rock's behavior and professionalism, on whom, as we already know, heavy shadows are already hovering regarding his attitudes since his return.